Hey everyone, with Disney's Dolphin Resort behind me, we are about to enter that building and have dinner at Rosa Mexicano restaurant at the Dolphin. We're really excited about this. My wife Courtney and I moved here a few years ago from Arizona, so we haven't found really good Mexican food in Florida since we've been here. So we're hoping that this is gonna be a good option for us. We're really excited about it. Do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for a meal.
I like mild.
We can do mild.
Fresh cilantro, onions, and tomatoes.
Yes.
Alright. I'm going to start with a little bit of salt. Fresh cilantro. Some onions. I'll start with a paste. Just mix everything together. Mix all those flavors. For this recipe, we don't use lime just because we do a fresh in front of the table. So actually, the lime is just in case if you want to keep it a little bit longer. Actually, for fresh guacamole, it doesn't work. I'm from Mexico, so I like guacamole. When I found out this recipe, I was like, this lime, what is that magic is that? I love it. I tried it. And I was like, okay, I understand now why it doesn't need lime. They're really, really good. Now this is the only way I made guacamole. You guys enjoyed. If you need anything, just let us know.
All right, I'm really excited to dig in to this guacamole that was made right next to our table here. And oh, it was so interesting watching him. He says, don't use lime unless you're planning on storing the guacamole. So he didn't do any lime. And here we go. That is ridiculously good guacamole. Just incredible. It is pricey to get it done like this, but so creamy, so good. I'm also gonna try their just regular salsa that comes with the chips as well. It's very smoky. Yeah, I really like that. That's I think smoky is the best description. A lot of spices in there, but not spicy. Really, really good. Wow. I am now super excited for the rest of this meal. So we're gonna do something a little different in our dining review from Rosa Mexicano at the Dolphin Resort here in Walt Disney World. We're actually just going to tell you what we thought about it while you stare at Crescent Lake here. Some of the boats will be coming by taking people from Disney's Hollywood Studios and taking them over to Epcot. So this restaurant was, first of all, I will say, a tiny bit pricey. However, the service was second to none. Like, we were asked by at least 6 different people throughout the course of our meal if we were enjoying ourselves. Like, suits, you could tell, and then everything to the water boy or bus boy who seated us and poured our waters, who came up to us as we were leaving and asking if we had a good time. The service was amazing here. The food, yes, was pricey, but it was definitely worth it. Like, everything we had, I think, was really, really good. So we started off by getting the guacamole made table side, which was something we knew would be cool. Like, we knew they did this here and we kind of wanted to experience that. There's actually a joke about it in the West Wing, and I kept referencing that episode of West Wing, and my wife Courtney, I don't think, remembered that that was a joke there. But anyway, it was really cool to watch him make it. He talked about why there's lemon juice in a lot of guacamole that you will find, but why he doesn't put lemon juice in it, and if you're gonna have it freshly made for you, you don't want the lemon juice. It was just a really interesting conversation and demonstration, and I just eat up that kind of stuff. Like, I love when people tell me about how they make X, Y, or Z, and it was really, really fun. For Courtney's meal, what did you get, Courtney?
It was camarones de ajo, and this was a really unique dish with shrimp, a fresh chorizo, and kind of an interesting gravy with some noodles and microgreens. This was so unique. The flavors were so unique. It was not spicy, but had a very small kick that you would get from a black pepper. It was very savory, it was salty. The shrimp balanced well with the chorizo, which was very flavorful, and the gravy or sauce, which was very flavorful. There were also some fresh bits of avocado in there, again, to just break up that heaviness, saltiness. The flavors were unreal, and again, very, very unique. So I enjoyed it, and I felt like it was worth the price.
And I got a mushroom, this was vegan, it was a mushroom enchilada, and it came with 2 enchiladas and Mexican rice. The Mexican rice was really good, actually a tiny bit spicy on the rice, but the enchiladas, I decided, Courtney and I used to live in Arizona, and we used to spend a lot of time in New Mexico, and they like to do their enchiladas every once in a while, Christmas style, with both green and red sauce. So I asked for that, sort of looking back fondly on our trips to New Mexico, and it was really good. I'm actually glad I got it that way because I got to try both the green and the red sauces, and they were both phenomenal. The mushrooms tasted really meaty. Mushrooms can really be a good substitute for a vegan or a vegetarian in a lot of different meals because it really is kind of meaty, which is nice. And I would say I loved this restaurant. I know that Courtney really enjoyed this restaurant. I don't know if I could say we had our money's worth because, you know, it was pricey, but we did definitely enjoy ourselves. Do you have anything else to add, Court?
I think I would say that, you know, this was somewhat of an adventurous eating. It wasn't maybe a standard, very standard Mexican restaurant. It was definitely a higher quality. And I think, you know, talking about the price point, it's a little on the fence whether or not you would say it was worth it. I think we really had a great meal. And I think that it's pricey because it is a little bit unique, and they're trying to go for I think you said they have a story where they're recreating this Rosa Mexicano restaurant from New York, so kind of a New York style. So, you know, the price kind of goes into that. And the portions were fairly generous to reasonable. And then as far as the variety of things, you know, some things that you'd be familiar with in terms of enchiladas, tacos, but done in a little bit more unique style. And like my dish was a very unique dish that I had never heard of. And, you know, again, then maybe there were some appetizers that you could add. There were definitely some desserts, but we felt like the guacamole and our entree was filling enough.
And I think one more note I want to make before we end this review is that I know no boats passed, so that was a big nothing burger with what I attempted to do and have something cool happen. But I hope you enjoy at least seeing Disney's Boardwalk Resort from this bridge here. If you want to park at the Dolphin Resort and you eat at Rosa Mexicano, they will validate your parking, so you don't have to pay the $35 to park. We ended up having to try to find a way to park somewhere else because we didn't know about that, but now we do know about it for the future, and we wanted you to know about it as well. If you make a reservation for that restaurant, you can park in self-parking and get it validated. So thank you so much. Do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.